endoscopic surgery.
Over the mound, bouncing into center field, base hit for Bass. Bass goes. Pitch is outside. Carter's throw. He's out. And the side's retired. So we are headed now for the 13th in a 3-3 tie.
Farther than any league championship series game has ever gone. Previous record was 12 innings in the National League. Cincinnati at New York, as you chronicled yesterday, Keith, and Minnesota at Baltimore, October 4th, 1969.
These two teams have put a lot of new numbers in the record book. 14th in a 3-3 tie. Bang, the Mets erupt, and ever since then, both teams have been quiet.
Well, this isn't a baseball game. It's insurgency, I think. I mean, these two teams are going at each other as though there were no tomorrow. And it's interesting in that in the Houston Astros case, there will be no tomorrow if they lose tonight's ball game. And it is tonight, a day game that is turned tonight.
Pitching change here for Houston. Aurelio Lopez has come in. Certainly not among the fireballers of this generation.
No, a lot of screwballs. Different from Larry.
Orozco's now headed for the bullpen for New York. Ball is hit, punched to the right side. Drops in front of Kevin Bass for a base hit. And Gary Carter is aboard. Walked him.
Batter is bunting. You're less inclined to put on the rotation play.
Now he shows bunt and puts it down. And the pitcher Lopez has got to make the play to third. And he got him. So the lead runner Carter is thrown out at third. And here's that element of foot speed involved right here.
It's exactly right. Gary Carter at second base. You can't really fault Gary. The bunt was too hard. Lopez on it like a cat. And he has Carter easily at third base. See, a hitter tries to bunt the ball to make the third baseman field it. But in this case, the third baseman fields the ball for the out. Hey, heed to Strawberry. He'll take off.
Base hit right field. Strawberry coming around third. Bass charges and throws high. Sails to the backstop. And the runners move up as Bass had trouble getting the ball out of his glove. Never had a grip on it and threw it to the backstop. And the Mets go to the lead 4-3.
Dykstra's hit in 5 of the 6 games. He was held hitless in the only game in yesterday's game. So they elect to pitch to Mookie Wilson.
Mookie left-handed, 2 for 15. 7th game. Wilson strikes out. So we move to the bottom of the 14th inning. The New York Mets leading 4-3. Ball is hit hard to the left side, but it's foul by about 35, 40 feet. Breaking pitch, close. Full count to Hacker. 3 balls and 2 strikes. High in the air, toward the corner, curving. It is home run. watch it closely as it goes hooking toward the foul pole. It is so close. He knows that he's got enough wood on it, but is it going to stay fair? Does that remind you of Bud's fist a little?
Shades of Game 6 of the 75 series. And that's what we were talking about the inside fastball. Hatcher had just pulled one foul down the line, and this one hits the net. 3 inches fair. The danger of the inside fastball. And now Walling will bat for himself.
Eddie Walling will stay in the game in a 4-4 tie. High pop up to the infield by Davis. Wally Backman makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Billy Hatcher. It's a home run that is fair by less than a foot down the left field line. And the crowd is standing and still roaring. And we'll go on to the top of the 15th inning. A 4-4 tie. Charlie Kerfeld's reaction while this was going on. Matt Galati jumped higher than he's jumped in 15 years at that first base coaching box. Hard shot. Hatcher on the move. Can't get it, but knocks it down, and he holds Carter to a single. This ball game. Ball rolls around. Carter breaks for second. Throw down. He's a dead duck. Ball got away from Alan Ashby. He turned around, threw his mask away, found the ball. Carter saw the ball loose, saw that Ashby didn't know where it was, took off. Ashby found it and fired a strike to second base.
Carter did not break right away, but Alan Ashby hops on the ball. Watch. See, Carter doesn't break right away. Now it's too late. Ashby pounces on it, throws a strike to get Carter easily at second.
And the side is retired. And we'll go to the bottom of the 15th inning in a 4-4 tie. Now, let's go to ABC. Fly ball, center field. Hatcher coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. Doran going back. It drops between them. Strawberry turns second and holds on. Oh, my goodness. Billy Hatcher is playing deep. I'm not sure he saw the ball.
He took one step back, too. He thought the ball was hit better than it really was. The one step back cost him dearly.
Play with an accurate throw.
That's exactly right. The first time in the 14th inning, he couldn't get the ball out of the glove. This throw goes up the line. Had it been on home plate, he's got a shot. Again, he's playing Knight shallow. Knight going the other way. Now watch Bass's throw. Up the line. Ashby, by coming up the line, is passed by Strawberry.
And the Mets have gone to the lead 5-4, and Aurelio Lopez is out of the ball game as Jeff Calhoun is going to be called in to pitch to the left-handed hitter Wally Backman. Ball squirts away from Ashby. Runner breaks for third, and in there is Ray Knight. Spectator in the Mets bullpen as Backman works Calhoun for a walk. Pitches outside, gets away from Ashby, comes to the backstop. Knight scores, and it is 6-4 Mets. Backman goes to second.
I would imagine that will be a pass ball because the ball should have been handled. The ball tailing away from Alan Ashby.
Pitch it goes. But right down the line, Walling throws, and Rotko moves Backman over to third. Off Davis's glove into right field. Base hit. And Backman scores from third. And it is 7-4 Mets. Dykstra continues to grow in stature.
At the outset of these games, we said how valuable Backman and Dykstra were to this ball club, and they continue to prove it.
To Doran at second. Over to Reynolds, back to first. They turn the double play. But 3 big runs scored. Going to the bottom of the 16th, 7-4 Mets. Back after this message from your local station. Reynolds swings and misses on a breaking pitch for the first out. Ball 4, Lopes is aboard. Doran hits it to left center field. Base hit. Dykstra hurries over, cuts it off. Stops at second. The Astros are still alive. Ball is hit up the gap. It's in there for a base hit. Lopes starts third. He's coming to the plate to score. And it's 7-5. New York. In the New York Mets bullpen, big right-hander, and Denny Walling steps in to the batter's box. Roll to the right side. Hernandez has it. Goes to second. They get one there, and that's all. But that's the second out. 7-5. Davis hits it at center field. Dykstra coming late. Got a late start. Rocked in front of him. And they are still alive. It is 7-6 as Doran scores from third. Close. Breaking pitch hit right around the plate. And it's a full count, 3-2. Mike Scott, who watched the pitch the 7th game. Bob Nepper, who seemed to have this one in hand, wanted to have it get away from him in the 9th inning. 3-2 to Bass. Struck him out. Kevin Bass swinging strikes on 3 breaking balls, and the New York Mets have won the 1986 National League pennant. And Jesse Orozco becomes the first winner of 3 games in relief in postseason play. The losing pitcher will be Aurelio Lopez. And Bob Nepper can only watch the Mets celebration in the center of the field. When it seemed early on in the day that Bob was on his way to pitching a classic ball game, masterful in performance for 8 1/3 innings. And then the sky fell, and the Mets tied at 3-3. And then they went ahead 5-4. And Houston came back in the 14th inning to tie. And then the Mets came back to go ahead by winning the ball game with that 3-run outburst in the top of this inning. So the struggle is done. Sadness, disappointment, fatigue, you name an element, and it exists on one side or the other. It was Davy Johnson, 13 years in the major leagues. Davy Johnson in 1969 was the final out for the Baltimore Orioles when the Mets won the World Series. Hal Lanier, from a baseball family. His dad, Max Lanier, an outstanding left-hander in the 40s. Great job in putting this Houston ball club into the hunt when nobody thought they could be at the beginning of the season. But they won a club record 96 games. And they went 16 innings in game number 6 before they lost by a score of 7-6 to the New York Mets, the 1986 National League champions.